Do you suffer from stress? Do you get angry? Are you full of anxiety? Do you lose focus at work or in life generally? Perhaps you've been thinking about experimenting with new avenues in order to help yourself grow as an individual so that you can achieve more of your life's goals and be a better father, husband, friend or earthling. If that's the case, then welcome to Alethea. Dave, are you sure that no one's going to notice the channel name change? No, we'll fix that in the edit. Okay, mate. And also welcome to a mini-series that I have on meditation, where we will discuss the hows, the whys, some of the practicalities, i.e. how to get into posture. And you can join me on a 5-day meditation where each day will be a basic intro of a couple of minutes long on just how to get started if this is something that you have been considering doing. Today, as we've said, we're going to talk about meditation. Okay, the first thing I want to do is just basically take you through some of the things. If you were to go on a quick Google search and check out some of the things that this might benefit you, what are some of the things that you might find? Okay, I'm just going to go off some of the things that that I've got here. Okay, so higher brain function, that's what meditation is going to do for you. Increased immune function, lowered blood pressure, lowered heart rate, increased awareness. It can help you with irritable bowels. It's going to help you with anxiety, depression, insomnia. Where else? We've got more. Reduce stress. It reduces cortisol levels in the brain. That then helps lower stress. And the last one I've got on my list, it can help with age-related memory loss. Okay, but by no means is that a conclusive list. All you've got to do is type in mindfulness meditation and you will come up with about 1,000 different reasons of how meditating for just 10 or 20 minutes a day, how it can help benefit your life. Okay, so lots of reasons physically to start beginning some form of mindfulness practice. Let's have a look at a different side of things. I personally practice a form of mindfulness called Vipassana, which is completely secular. I keep going on about the trying to find truth and reality stuff. I'm not necessarily into all that mumbo jumbo religiosity or the more, the more, I'm not interested in the non-scientific version of spirituality. When I talk about spirituality, and I do occasionally use the word, I'm more talking about the journey that I take in order to try to be a better person, more caring, more loving, more empathic. That's the biggest thing. Well, that and is free will, the free will question, the internal retrospection of where my thoughts are, what they're going, who's in control. I quite like all that stuff as well. I feel like when you meditate and when you start to see that each thought that comes into your head, you have absolutely no control over it and it comes from nowhere. So the whole free will is an illusion piece. I feel like that helps me in those moments of anger, those moments of stress. And so then when I am in those moments, and I'm by no means perfect, I'm by no means a Buddhist monk. Of course I get angry, of course I get stressed, of course I get depressed. But in those moments, through my practice in watching my own thoughts, I can start to look at the anger, look at the stress, and it just gives me that element of detachment. And so these moments of negativity in my life are definitely starting to become shorter. So that's something that I like to explore in my meditation. And so one thing I want to talk to you about is a guy called Minya Rinpoche. Apologies, Minya, I'm absolutely certain I've got your name wrong, sorry for that. But he's a Buddhist Tibetan monk, and they linked him up to an fMRI scanner. Okay, so let me talk to you about what happened here. So Minya Rinpoche's fMRI brain circuitry for empathy rose 700 to 800 times higher. In total, 21 Buddhist monks were formally tested and underwent the same scientific protocol. Each had similar results to Minya's, each able to enter and leave the meditative state at will, marked with a distinct neural signature, each with remarkable mental dexterity and ease at generating compassion and laser-like focus. So 700 to 800 times more empathic. That is something I find absolutely amazing. To just spending 10 minutes cross-legged with your eyes closed, just training your focus can make you a more loving and caring person to the people around you, and which in turn will bring more love and affection to you on a kind of egotistical, selfish level. That is something that I think is absolutely incredible about meditating. Okay, so what I want to do now is quickly talk about a meta-analysis, a study that came out of Harvard that doesn't necessarily go against everything that I've just said, but let's just have a read. So, studies have shown benefits against an array of conditions, both physical and mental, including irritable bowel syndrome, you try and pronounce that one, psoriasis, anxiety, depression and post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of those findings have been called into question because studies had small sample sizes or problematic experimental designs. Still, there are a handful of key areas, including depression, chronic pain and anxiety, in which well-designed, well-run studies have shown benefits for patients engaging in a mindfulness meditation program with effects similar to other existing treatments. It goes on to say, there are a few applications where the evidence is believable, but the effects are by no means earth-shattering. Desbordes said, whoever that is, we're talking about moderate effect size on par with other treatments, not better. And then there's a bunch of other things under study with preliminary evidence that is encouraging, but by no means conclusive. I think that's where it's at. I'm not sure that's exactly where the public understands it at this point. So on this channel, Alethea, I'll always try to give both sides to each question or video that we have. So what does this study at Harvard say? Well, basically the data is coming through, it's looking good. The list of things that I mentioned before is not necessarily completely confirmed though. So if you are the type of person that only, and I'm a little bit like this, if you gear your life around scientific truth and the facts and what is really genuinely going to help, rather than just hearsay or the thing that you heard your mate say down the pub, then this potentially might be something that makes you either go in a different direction, look for something else, or maybe wait back and give it a few years and, you know, wait to see what the final result is. Okay, and finally, why do I meditate? Okay, I meditate because I'm hoping that it does all the things we've previously mentioned to my body. I'm always trying to live as healthy a life as possible, although who doesn't like a Domino's occasionally? Or more than that though, it's just starting the day in the morning. I like to sort of come down, I'll do either yoga or some sort of HIIT workout, and then I'll sit for whether it be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, occasionally 45, very occasionally an hour. I really honestly do feel like it just centres me. It's so peaceful, it is an enjoyable experience, and if I've meditated that day, I do feel like I can get through the day with so much more ease and fluidity. And again, yeah, I'm so happy that I started meditating this last few years ago, and I would really like to share that with you. So keep an eye out for these videos, or check the playlist below if they're already out. Okay, the next one's the practicality, how to sit. I promise one of my problems here is I talk too much. I've got too much I want to try and get off. I want to offload to you guys. That will definitely be a short one, just a couple of minutes, and then join me for my 5 days meditation. Yeah, so like and subscribe, and see you on the next one, guys.